Hey, it's Sean with iwashyouDry.com, and today we are making chicken tikka masala. And you guys, I have been so excited. I've been waiting for this day. I cannot wait. It is so delicious. So it's actually super easy to make. I'm gonna show you all the tricks and tips on how to make this easy Indian cuisine. Let's get started. Okay, I'm starting with 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which is a little cheat. Normally it's with chicken breast, but the chicken thighs make it extra tender. So I'm just gonna cut this into bite-sized pieces. All right, so normally chicken tikka masala is made in a tandoor oven, which is a clay oven that can get very, very hot. We don't have one of those in our house. So we are going to bake this chicken in the oven at 500 degrees, or basically as hot as your oven can go. You could even grill this chicken, which would be a great way to make it in the summer if you don't want to heat up your house. But I love making this chicken in the oven, and I'm going to show you my nifty little hack here for making it quick and easy. It cooks in just about 15 minutes. You're gonna love this. So the first thing we're gonna do is create a yogurt sauce to marinate our chicken thighs in, and I'm starting with 1/2 cup of plain yogurt. And the key thing about Indian food is there is a lot of spices, so don't be afraid about it. That's just what makes it so signature and so unique. So we're using a full tablespoon of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, so we're gonna mix this up, and it's gonna create a nice little paste for us. And then we are going to add our chicken, and we're gonna let this marinate for at least 1 hour. You can marinate up to 24 hours. The nice thing about using chicken thighs is that you can get away with marinating for less time because they are naturally just a little bit more tender than chicken breast. If you are using chicken breast for this recipe, I would recommend the full 24 hours, or at least overnight. So, all right, let's add our chicken thighs in here. Let's get this nice and coated. Perfect. Okay, I am just going to cover this with some plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge for about an hour, and then we will continue on. It's almost done. Looks great. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to take some metal skewers. You could also use wooden skewers. Just make sure that you've soaked those wooden skewers in some water for a little bit of time so they don't burn up in that hot oven. So I am just going to skewer the chicken like this. And like I said, you could even grill these instead of baking them in the oven. This is just an easy method. All right, so when you have about that many, I have lined a 9 by 13 dish with foil, and we're just gonna prop it up in the dish here. That way air can get all around and it's gonna evenly cook those chicken thighs. So just keep doing this until you've got them all skewered and ready to go. Now we are ready to pop this in our oven. I am going to bake this at 500 degrees for just 15 minutes. If you want them a little bit more charred, you can pop on the broiler at the end, but really, we're gonna get this in and then get our sauce started. So here we go. All right, let's get going on this sauce. Super easy, a lot of spices, don't be intimidated. We're gonna start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter, and that just gives it a nice creamy base here. And then we're gonna saute 1 full onion that I've finely diced. Okay guys, these onions are looking good. I am going to add in a full 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now that cayenne pepper is gonna be what's giving this that spice. So if you want something a little bit more mild, you can take it down. If you want something that'll blow you away, obviously, bump it up. We like a 1/4 teaspoon. I find that that is the perfect temperature for our family. Okay, so we're gonna stir this in, get all the spices nice and fragrant. Smells amazing. Look at that nice color too. Woo, so good. All right. Now I am going to add in 14 ounces of tomato puree. You could also use crushed tomatoes, as well as 3/4 cup of water. We're gonna stir this in and let it simmer for just a few minutes here. Oh boy, can you see that chicken? It is golden brown. Some bits are nice and charred. This looks perfect. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my sauce and then we are gonna add that right into it. So just to finish this up, after it's simmered for a minute or two, we are going to add in 1 full cup of heavy cream. Watch how the color of this sauce changes from a red to a nice orange. These spices really make the dish. So try as hard as you can to use the spices that I've listed in the recipe, because you are going to get the full effect here. Look at that beautiful sauce. So I'm gonna take the skewer and I'm just gonna all right, let's just get that stirred in. Get them all nice and coated in that luscious, creamy sauce. Let's go ahead and get this plated. I am so excited. Can hardly wait. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some basmati rice. This is just a nice long grain rice. I like to do just kind of like half and half. My rice, some of this gorgeous tikka masala. Wow, so good. Okay, I put a little bit of freshly chopped cilantro on top. Woo. And this is a great time to heat up that naan. So good. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. You ready? Get a little bit of the chicken, the rice. Mmm. Mmm. Oh wow. Mmm. Woo. That sauce is incredible. Perfectly spiced, perfectly creamy. Guys, here's my favorite part. Take some of that naan and just dip it in. Just give it a little dip. So good. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. You're gonna love this. I cannot wait for you to try out this amazing chicken tikka masala. Go ahead and head to iwashyouDry.com to find the recipe, as well as other recipes like this naan bread. I also have an awesome, authentic butter chicken recipe that you could try on iwashyouDry.com. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.